there are detoxification kits in most health food stores, and you have the one that you're going to talk about that your practice works with. Let me ask you this. I mean, if you eat apricots or you eat bananas or you like whole wheat bread, are those detoxification tools too, or do you need to take a step beyond that?
Well, you know, that's not going to actually stimulate the liver, or it's not going to stimulate the colon as well as we'd like it to do. And the problem is a lot of detox programs out there, they either affect the liver or they affect the colon. And you have to realize if you're going to mobilize the toxins from the liver, what's going to happen is that you're going to actually have to dump those into the colon. So if your colon's not working right, or if you're not cleansing the colon at the same time, what happens is those toxins are just going to go back through the bloodstream and go back into the liver, and it may be a different compartment.
Okay, well then let's explain a little bit about how the detoxification program that you use at your practice works. What are the elements of it, and how does it work?
Well, basically, it's called the SP program, and basically there's several products. We have the SP Cleanse, and those are supplements that you actually take. And what these supplements do is they're going to help aid in the function and support of the liver pathways, the kidneys. It's going to help with digestion. And basically, the SP Cleanse is basically to get the liver to be able to break down these toxins. And it's very important for me to explain at this time that in the liver we have two phases of detoxification. We have phase 1 and phase 2. And what phase 1 does is it's supposed to break the water-soluble compounds, or the fat-soluble compounds into water-soluble compounds. And then what it does is it sends it down to phase 2. And phase 2's job is to bind those toxins or those chemical compounds up and actually get them into the colon or into the kidney to get them excreted from the body. Now what happens in our bodies is sometimes is that the phase 1 pathway works too quickly and the phase 2 pathway can't keep up. So as they're breaking down those chemical toxins or the chemical intermediate compounds in the phase 1 pathway, those are more active and more toxic. So if you can't get those out of your body, then that's going to actually start to wreak havoc. So the first thing is we put them on SP Cleanse, and we actually have them take it to actually aid these detoxification pathways so that we can get them, the toxins actually mobilized to actually get them out of the body, get them broken down and mobilized.
I've heard of detoxification programs before, and I've seen them in health food stores. I know you have them at your practice, and people can access yours by contacting you. And I think that some of your products, am I correct that it's research products, a lot of them?
Oh, absolutely. Well, they're not research. These products have been on the market for many, many, many years.
No, I mean the manufacturer.
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of research goes into the products.
The manufacturer itself, though, is it called research products? Or
no, it's called Standard Process.
Oh, that's the right name. Okay, Standard Process.
Yes.
That's the name I was looking for. That is a company that makes supplements and other health-related products that normally are sold through physician practices, chiropractors' offices. So they really work in that area almost exclusively.
Well, yeah, and Standard Process has been around for over 75 years. Dr. Royal Lee founded Standard Process, and it's an organic farming that is done. Their products contain no pesticides and no chemicals. So you have to realize that, you know, they've been around a long time. The research is there. They just added on another 100,000 square feet to their facility, and it's been around for 75 years. And the reason they only distribute to physicians is because they're also concerned about quality control.
And again, this entire show is a departure from our show standard, our standard approach. We normally have physicians and osteopathic physicians on the show talking about allopathic medicine, but so many of you have asked me to cover alternative medicine. I realize that a lot of these ideas may sound a little peculiar to a lot of you. You may say, well, are they true or not? Talk with your doctor, ask their opinion, do reading on it. But doctor, I would say to you this question: how does the average person out there who reads an article in Reader's Digest or some other magazine that talks about the need for detoxification or the benefits of alternative medicine, then you go to your doctor and the doctor says, well, maybe it's not such a good thing and I'm not sure that that really works. How do we, as a layperson out there in American society, make sense of this entire thing?
Well, it's very difficult and it's very confusing for the lay person. So hopefully educating patients will get the message across, and that's why I do lectures every Monday night at my center for free at 6 p.m. is to educate the public. Basically, people need to be educated. And we have to realize that if you read things on the internet doesn't mean that that source is very good. And a lot of times people say things because they are promoting a product. So we have to realize this, that if you say you're doing a detoxification program and you go to your medical doctor doctor and he says, I don't think that's beneficial, then my question to that doctor would be, how many have you done, or how many have you performed, or what do you know about detoxification programs? Because they have to realize that if their patients are on it, then they need to at least look into it and research it a little bit so they can answer their patients' questions properly. But we have to realize that detoxification is a very, very important process if we want to prevent diseases and chronic illnesses.
And again, it's, you know, this is a difference in view of the world. Now, some physicians would agree with a lot of the alternative medicine things. Some would not. There are many different opinions, pro and con, but Americans, about 60% of Americans will utilize some form of alternative medicine this year and every single year in their lives. And that would include categories like chiropractic, use of vitamins, maybe some herbs. Exercise and diet are oftentimes included in that criteria too. But I would say that we always recommend that you do run what you're doing by your physician to get their input. And then you might say, is this an area you know a lot about? It's an area that you're comfortable with. What can people find on your website if they go to your website?
Well, they can find a host of information. Number one, there's a lot of information there on different conditions. Very important that, you know, they keep checking back because I update it with new articles and new topics on a regular basis. Is there information
on your detox program and how to proceed with it?
Yes, you can go to the website and you can look for the detox. Just click on the detox button and that'll explain the detox in great detail. It shows you that it's a 21-day program. There's actual recipes, what products are actually need to be utilized to actually get them.
How often should you detox?
Well, realistically, you should detox at least twice a year, recommend in the fall and in the spring. If you have a chronic illness, you may have to do it 3 or 4 times a year. And we have to realize when people hear this word detox, they act like it's some major thing, but all it is the process of eating fruits and vegetables, putting nutrients and herbs and fiber into your body to help mobilize those toxins, bind those toxins up, and actually get them excreted out through either the colon or through the kidneys or through your skin.
Why do you think that America is so absolutely crazy and excited about alternative medicine? What's going on?
Because it works. You know, I've been doing this a while, and to see the clinical results, and there have been people who have been down the conventional path and they have not gotten the results that they wanted to see. And you know, to take somebody who's been to 7, 10, or 15 doctors and not get results, and then try something that's not mainstream medicine and see that they get the outcome that they wanted to get is very rewarding. And I think more and more people are starting to educate themselves about their body and their health. You know, people know more about their cars than they do about their actual bodies.
Great. Very interesting. And again, when it comes to alternative medicine, be sure to run ideas by your physician for their input. And Dr. Unger, thank you so much for joining us. It's our first foray into alternative medicine. Thanks so much. This is Dave Kettlewell, and thank you for joining us on Medical Matters.
Thank you.